The 8th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks have given some another opportunity to call on the U.S. government to launch a new investigation into the tragedy. Almost 3,000 days after the horrific events, there are those who say they still want to know the truth about why nearly 3,000 people died. Anastasia Churkina met some activists who say the facts presented by the authorities just don't add up to them.
No NWO! No NWO!
Could this be a revolution? On the anniversary of September 11th, protesters fought to get their message across.
9/11, right there, lost towers. 9/11, the day we lost power. Welcome to America in the darkest hour. Strangleholding this country by tyrants and cowards.
9/11 truth seekers from all over the U.S. flocked to the streets of New York. Come rain or shine, they say their struggle will never end, while Americans continue to be fed lies.
There's no better blindfold than a flag.
They want a new, unbiased investigation into the biggest tragedy in modern American history. But critics call them conspiracy theorists and don't want to hear their views.
It's a tragedy what's happening to our country. I'm young and I've realized this, so it's weird that all these people, older generation, they're like too in love with their country to realize what they're doing to them.
Authorities didn't allow protesters to use megaphones, but their voice was still very loud and clear.
Do your own research!
They say America's fear-based politics need to end, as well as alleged cover-ups, both inside the government and the American mainstream media.
Wake up while you still can! We can still take it back! If you would only wake up!
This man says he's being wiretapped for his beliefs that the government orchestrated 9/11 to get into false flag operations.
They surveil people who speak out in this government by tapping their phones. My phones and my emails have been tapped for years.
The 9/11 Truth Movement says too many things just don't add up.
2 planes, 3 buildings, do the math.
Building 7 was not hit by a plane on 9/11, but it still came down like a classic controlled demolition.
It's been almost 3,000 days since the events of September 11th shook America. The number is symbolic. Over 3,000 people died that day. Since then, these people have been walking out onto the streets demanding answers to the tough questions. They say they still haven't gotten any responses from the government. Some authorities, however, are beginning to wonder.
How do you go back and check it out? You know, where do you start? Who do you believe? That's the hardest thing.
8 years on, many are still struggling to understand what happened on the fateful day.
2 planes brought down 3 buildings!
But these people say they're not stopping until all of the truth is revealed. Anastasia Churkina,